with what Ronak has called the best trade of this window. Nitish Rana added to the mix. Nagraj, where are you seeing Delhi?
I think they need to get one overseas batter, right? It's a no-brainer. They've released two of them, and JFM was someone they really thought that would turn out to be a complete consistent match winner, which it didn't turn out. Maybe they might buy him cheaper if he comes to the auction. If I don't know whether he'll come cheap now, because many other teams might be looking at him. So yeah, one overseas top order batter. I wonder one guy who they might think of and who's been scoring in domestic cricket and who has always more than potential. He's got everything is shown is Prithvi Shaw. Whether Delhi do need one top order batter, whether Indian or overseas, and as much as we might raise our eyebrows, and Ronak, as always, will make those amazing gestures, which are so poker faced. No, I mean, this is like you have to think about it. It's not my brains. No, it's like people are thinking that why not Prithvi Shaw? So do we think of? So yeah, I guess one top order batter for sure, and then maybe I think they've released Chamira, right? They have. So they've also released Mohit. So they might want one overseas fast bowler. Uh, I'm not sure who's the backup for Stark there, to be, if there is a backup at all. So there may be one fast bowler, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
I'm
main thing is
jumping.
just the top order.
And Harry Brook is not there, so they will look for, of course, another batter there. So Harry Brook
They'll be looking for
replacement has to be.
the main thing is just I think an overseas impact batter. Matt, I wanted to ask Matt, of all the England players who are in the auction, Pesto, Banton, there's JM Cox as well. Who do you see being, the highest value player that say a team like DC could go for? Because I think they are most in need of one overseas batter.
Just quickly, I think Chimera was retained as a backup for Stark. I think he's there on the list at 75.
He's there, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, on the England players, I don't think there's a standout name among them. I would expect that Livingston, because of the fact he offers something with the ball and has had a couple of good IPLs before, will be popular. All-rounders tend to be pretty popular at these mini auctions. I think Bairstow even showed enough in those couple of games he played for MI at the back end last year, and he's obviously now focusing sort of mainly on T20 cricket. There's not going to be any availability issues because he's out of the England setup. I think he'll be someone of interest. I do think Jordan Cox is someone who will get some. I would be surprised if he was unsold at this auction. I was just looking through, actually, there's still, I think there's 31 overseas spots available at this auction. So there's going to be a lot of players picked. And Cox, for people who don't know him, he's played a handful of games of international cricket, but he was the top scorer in the 100 this year. He's going to the ILT20 actually at Dubai Capitals on a pretty big deal shortly, and is, I think, well established as one of the best fielders in this country anyway. So I think he'll be a good squad player somewhere, and wouldn't be surprised if he ends up at Delhi. But yeah, I agree with what people have said there. I think, as Ronak has said, I can see Nitish playing a big role potentially at, he could be their number 3 for the full season. And I think, there's also, again, there'll be yet another team that's potentially in the market for one of these overseas seam bowling all-rounders if they can afford it.
Just a couple of questions here first before I say what I want to say. Is there a Capitals connection to Andre Russell in any other league somewhere? A CPL connection?
This is actually...
No, he's a Knight Rider.
Yeah, this is why it's so groundbreaking.
That is the main thing. I mean, that's why it's like eyebrow.
Anyway,
that is a proper eyebrow-raising one.
Yeah, I'm just putting that up there because I think I saw something about Saurav Ganguly meeting him, but like that is Dada being Dada at times. You know what? I think I've said how highly I rate this team, and they need to do very little to improve. I don't rule out that they'll actually be another one. Like Sunrisers, they might just surprise us for one big buy. And that big buy could turn out to be somebody of the Russell sort of caliber. I wouldn't rule it out at all because they really don't need anyone else. Dustin's absolutely right, though. I think one big decision is KL Rahul going to be their opener, which I think he certainly should be. And who is the best kind of opening bat with KL Rahul? Are you happy with that being Abhishek Porel? Are you happy with that being Karun Nair? Or are you now looking for that one explosive Phil Salt equivalent of what he is to Virat Kohli and what he was at KKR as well? Who is that player? Is it Bairstow? Is it one of the players that we mentioned? Finn Allen's name I think pops up every now and then. So I think that one big overseas player, is at the top of the order, and I think very interestingly they might just dangle things around for Andre Russell.